What's up, everyone, and welcome to another video here on Dota Alchemy. Thanks for tuning in. And in this one, I wanted to talk about what I think is potentially one of the most underutilized tools that anyone can immediately use to improve their Dota experience and probably gain a bunch of MMR as a result. And I think it's especially important for newer players to the game to use this tool. Let's go ahead and talk about the hero grid that we see in front of us, because right now there is a lot on the screen. Those are a huge amount of options to potentially choose from when you enter a game of Dota. And as many of you know, every game of Dota starts with a picking screen. So this is what you're going to be looking at pretty much every single time you play a game of Dota. And to me, even as somebody who's been playing this game for many years at this point, who plays it every day, this is an overwhelming amount to pick from every game. One of the coolest things that Valve has done recently is allowed us to customize the hero grid. You know, right now it's strength, agility, and intelligence, which is the most basic way to sort heroes pretty much. But we have the ability to change this. We can make this look however we want, so that every time that we go into a game, we don't have to see this cluttered mess of potential distractions. And let me know in the comment section below if you've ever done the following. You queue for a game of Dota, you have an idea of what you're interested in playing, your favorite heroes, in your favorite roles, and then the draft starts and some heroes get banned. Maybe you lose a couple of the heroes from your hero pool, and then the other team picks, and then somebody on your team snap picks, and the other team picks, and then somebody on your team snap picks, and now you're 5 picks into the draft, and you have to pick next because it's clear that the other players on your team don't want to pick. And suddenly 5 of your heroes out of like the 8 heroes that you play are gone from your hero pool. And then I've seen Thompson play this hero against this hero, and he won with that. So maybe I should pick one of these. And then you realize, wait, when's the last time I played this hero? Whatever. If Thompson can do it, I can. And then you go ahead and click and pick a hero, and you lock it in, and you get into the game, and you realize that you have no idea what you're doing. You are playing a hero who you understand what the skills do, and you understand that you've seen players win with it in a particular game, but you're not really sure how they went from point A to point B. And so you just kind of are making it up as you go along. Your team's flaming you because maybe your item build is off, maybe you're not in the right place at the right time, maybe your skill build is different than people expect it to be, and you lose the game. And I can tell you that I have had that experience many times before, where I basically will talk myself out of picking certain heroes because I think that they're countered, and I will talk myself into picking other heroes because it seems like a good game for them. And what usually ends up happening when I get into these conversations with myself during the drafting phase is I end up losing the game. So here is where the hero grid plays a vital role in protecting our MMR. And like I said, for newer players, can simplify what you're looking at when you go into a game to make it easier to learn the game itself. So the first thing that you have to do, you can see my list. I have tier lists, of course, and then I have my own customized grid. And we're going to go ahead and create a new one because I think it's really important to kind of understand the power that is at your fingertips to use this. So you can delete these categories. You can have as many categories as you want. You can actually make like 15 new categories, and the game will just create a scroll bar so you can scroll down through them. But what we're going to do is we're going to build a hero pool. For example, let's just say that Undying is my favorite hero. I feel like I can play him in almost every single game. He seems very good. So let's say this is my hero pool for ranked. Call it that. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw Undying in there because I feel comfortable playing him in every single game, regardless of what the meta is. Also, I've been kind of experimenting with some other not so beefy heroes, some heroes that are kind of more of a traditional position 5 that kind of needs to harass and play the game in the trees. So let's actually put an Oracle. This is definitely the polar opposite of an Undying in the laning stage. And so I am wanting to learn Oracle. You can see I've played a lot of Undying games. I played a couple Oracle games, but I want to learn it. So I can throw Oracle in my hero pool. But you know what? There's like 3 or 4 other heroes that I'm much better at than Oracle that I think are probably better options for me to play in a lot of games. So let's go ahead and put Ogre Magi in there because I play him quite a bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in a Disruptor, who is a pretty basic support hero that I also feel like I can play pretty well. So here are my current hero. Here is my current hero pool. But maybe I want to classify a little bit more. Maybe I want to have a couple of heroes that I'm working on, and then I have some heroes that I feel comfortable with. So I'm going to add a new category, and I'm going to put Oracle down. Actually trying to throw Oracle in the trash. Definitely a good hero. Doesn't deserve to be in the trash. And let's go ahead and put Keeper of the Light down here because I want to learn Keeper. Let's rename this category Heroes I am currently learning. Then we can put Oracle and Keeper of the Light here, and we can even order them. Let's say we feel more comfortable playing Oracle, less comfortable playing Keeper of the Light. And right now we can hit save, and suddenly this is what is going to be pulled up when you queue into a ranked game or into any game of Dota. And if it doesn't, you can always go into the drop down and select it so that you have this showing to you. And if you notice, this is much less cluttered, and it's actually even almost has like sticky notes to remind ourselves, oh, these are the heroes that we want to be picking. So even if it seems like it might be a great game for a Warlock, I don't play Warlock. That's not one of the heroes that I have been having success with or have learned or understand at a good level to play at my rank. So I'm not going to pick Warlock. I'm just going to pick an Undying instead because he also kind of heals. He can sustain the carry in the lane, but I also understand the macro game as an Undying as well. And I think that this is actually a pretty overpowered thing to do, a pretty overpowered way to approach drafting in a game of Dota, because you're never going to talk yourself into picking something that you're just not that good at or not that comfortable at. Now that we have our basic hero pool, let's try to expand on this a little bit more, because we don't just play support. We play off lane as well, and we have even started to dabble in mid a little bit. And so we want to potentially put in some of those heroes because we're queuing for all of those roles. We don't want to just see these 5 heroes when we're queuing for multiple roles at the same time. So let's go ahead and rename this to Ranked Dota 2, and then we will also add a couple more categories for offlane and mid. So now that we have our 2 new categories, we're going to go ahead and throw in the offlane heroes that we've been playing a lot, which are Clockwork, and we've also been playing some Slardar, and we've been playing some Underlord. And for mid, we really like the idea of playing Sniper. There's Sniper. We've been playing some Sniper, and we would love to learn Outworld Devourer, who's the counter matchup. We've been picking Sniper against OD because he's currently popular in this other timeline. But maybe we don't actually want to be picking OD every single game. And so we can throw OD into the heroes I'm currently learning if we want to. Or we can make our own mid heroes I'm currently learning. That might even be better. So now we have our support hero pool. We've got our offlane hero pool. We've got our mid hero pool. And again, it's still looking a lot less cluttered, a lot easier to understand what heroes we're going to be playing when we queue into a game of Dota than it does when you have all of this going on. We can even go a little bit farther if we want to. Let's say that there are several very important heroes that everybody is picking right now, and I really don't want to play against them. We can put ban meta in here because, again, we could always switch. We could always switch our layout and go to here to do the banning phase, and this is actually what I personally do a lot of the time, is I'll just go to this page to do the banning, and then I will switch to my setup for the picking phase. But maybe you don't even want to have to do that. And so let's go ahead and add some heroes that are very popular right now, very strong right now, that we really don't like playing against. So let's go ahead and put Ricky in there. We'll put Grimstroke in there. We're going to put Lycan in there. He's not fun to play against. We hate having Pudge on our team, so we'll throw him in there. Although this is a little dangerous because you might find yourself talking yourself into playing Pudge, because you're like, well, that hero is fun, so I'm going to go ahead and pick that. But that's why we're going to name it the ban meta, because we don't want to be picking these heroes. We don't want them in our game at all. We're going to go ahead and put Meepo in there because we lost to him last game. We're going to go ahead and put Naga Siren in there because, again, very strong hero in the current meta. And now we know, okay, when the game loads, we're going to go ahead and ban one of these 6 heroes. We don't even have to look for them. And then we're going to pick one of these heroes depending on what role we have. And suddenly, the drafting phase of Dota has been simplified to exclusively stuff that benefits us. We don't even have to look at anything else. And the reason that I wanted to make this video is because I have really noticed that ever since I started utilizing this particular screen, I don't make the mistake of picking heroes that I shouldn't be playing anymore. Or very, very rarely do I do that. And so this has been a huge piece of me gaining a lot of MMR over the last couple of months because I'm sticking to this almost exclusively. And to be perfectly frank, I don't even queue for 1 or 3 pretty much at all anymore. So I should even narrow this down to be smaller and just have the heroes that I'm playing in the position 5 and 4 pools. And it's really cool because you can make as many layouts as you want. You can have, you know, your tier list, you can have your other tier list, you can have your tier list for what you want to pick. I think the best phrase that describes this is out of sight, out of mind, because you almost just kind of forget that these other heroes exist because you just see what's on your screen, and it takes, you know, a couple extra clicks to find the other options. And if there's anything that you can rely on human beings for, it is that they like to spend as little effort as possible doing things most of the time. So you can actually kind of hack yourself and instill discipline into picking only specific heroes by using the hero grid and customizing it in a way that benefits you. And that's why I think it's such a cool thing to have been introduced, and a very important one to use when you are trying to gain MMR or learn the game in a systematic way. And both of those things are something that I think a lot of people here are interested in. So I wanted to share this with you and kind of explain how I've utilized it to gain a bunch of MMR and make my Dota game a lot easier as well. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel. It looks like about 50% of the people that watch our content are not subscribed. So just a reminder, if you like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can get more content like this in the future. Thanks as always for your time, and good luck in your games. We'll see you in another video very soon.